back to my channel. I am back with another Baddies Gone Wild review, so let's just get right into it. So this episode picks up where the last one left off, where Teetee and Daisy end up putting together this really messy house meeting, and honestly, they didn't want anything to be resolved during this house meeting. They just wanted people to fight because they kept pushing for people to fight and really being aggressive with trying to get people to fight each other, and that's what happened with Cupcake and Janelle's. They were forcing Cupcake and Janelle's to fight each other, and eventually they just gave in and ended up fighting. Now, Janelle's did win the fight. Cupcake can definitely not fight. I don't understand why Cupcake always puts her head down when she's fighting. It's stupid to me. So Janelle's definitely won, but I thought it was pointless for the two of them to fight over something so stupid, and I honestly feel like they shouldn't have allowed Teetee and Daisy to put a battery in their backs, and that's why I say that Daisy runs the house, because anytime Daisy tells them to do anything, everybody jumps up and does it. And after the house meeting was over, Janelle's was having a conversation with Rella, Gloss Up, and Hurricane M, and Hurricane M was talking to her crazy, giving her all types of attitude and basically telling her what to do. And I just feel like I look at Janelle sideways, because as pretty as I think that she is, I feel like she's stupid. Like, she's really ditzy, because she linked up with the girls that don't even like her. Like, everybody was amping up Cupcake to fight Janelle's because they don't like Janelle's, and they even came at her when the brawl happened outside of the club, telling her that she didn't get involved in the fight when she did end up jumping Shay for them, which I thought was stupid. I feel like Janelle's is on the wrong side. If she would have linked up with Oxy, Jaden, Bahati, and Shay, I would have liked her a little bit more, but because she's with the other girls who act like a bunch of big bullies, I just can't really fuck with her like that. Now, Cupcake does end up opening up to Bahati and Daisy about things that she went through in her life, things that happened in her childhood, and I do think that it's important to see different sides of these girls, let them open up a little bit more and be a little bit more vulnerable instead of always seeing them drunk fighting. So I did appreciate the conversation. I feel like it should be talked about, but I don't know if this platform is the best platform to talk about things like that, because it's a sensitive topic, and I feel like these girls are so cutthroat that things that you might tell them that you told them when you were being vulnerable and open, they might use against you when they're mad at you. So hopefully that doesn't end up happening to Cupcake, but I do think that it was good to show a different side of yourself on this show. Now, I thought it was funny that Coco was laying down in bed and all of a sudden there was a bat flying around and she just goes running out of that room screaming. I thought that was hilarious, and I thought it was funny that it happened to Coco of all people, because Coco is my least favorite this season. I just feel like she's taking up space at this point, and then she runs her mouth to the other girls and treats them like shit for the girls that don't even like her. And then on top of that, she's been walking around with this eye messed up for weeks, okay? She's been walking around with her eye messed up since the first episode of this season, and her eye is still messed up, and she had smoke for Bahati and Jaden, but she has no smoke for Daisy, who messed up her eye for this entire season of the show. But the bat starts flying around, and I thought it was funny the way she ran out of the room, and Bahati and Cupcake were brave enough to go in the room and try to get the bat out of there. Now, they did try to run a couple of times because the bat was getting close to them, but they were able to work as a team and get the bat out of the house. Shay ends up coming back, and she has a cast over her whole arm and hand, which means she really messed herself up when she was getting jumped, and I didn't think that that was fair. I felt like Shay went through a lot this season. She's one of the girls I actually really liked. I like her, Bahati, and I also like, you know, Jaden as well. I do like Oxy a little bit. I don't like the way that she went after Erica, but other than that, I do like Oxy too. I just feel like, you know, Shay really went through a lot this season, and I feel like she doesn't really get much recognition for it. Now, Natalie does end up showing up for a house meeting because she's getting ready to leave, and she says that she has some gifts for the girls, but before she gives them the gifts, she wants to go have a conversation with Erica apart from everybody else, and Erica lets Natalie know that she wants to leave the house, that she was thankful for the opportunity, but it's just not the right place for her to be. She said that she wanted to show a different type of baddie, one that doesn't have to fight and get rowdy all the time. And look, I liked Erica. I thought she was pretty. I think she looks really good. I think she is a baddie. I don't think she's a fighter, but I do think she's a baddie, and I do feel like she held her own when she did get into fights with people and people were ganging up on her. But I don't feel like this was the right show for her. Now, what I would have wanted her to stay and just finish out the rest of the season, yeah, I think she should have stayed and finished the rest of it out, because she was one of the baddies that a lot of people did like, but she wanted to leave because she felt like it wasn't the right place for her, and at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for you. What I didn't like was when Natalie was having this conversation with Erica, some of the other girls were yelling her name out and telling her to come outside, we're not gonna jump you. Like, they were being really annoying, and that's the reason why the girl wants to leave. She probably wants to leave because she doesn't want to get jumped, which is exactly what they do on this show. They just jumped Shay and Oxy outside of the damn club. So I can kind of understand why Erica would want to go home. And Natalie brings Erica to the balcony so that she can say bye to the girls and let them know that she's leaving. And I did not like the way the girls were treating her. I did not like the way that Rella was talking to her, calling her scary. I don't see how Erica's scary. I don't think she's scary. I think she'll fight if she has to, which we saw her do, but I don't think she wants to fight. I don't think she wants to get jumped either. So I just feel like it was stupid for her to call her scary. Like, what have we really seen Rella do throughout this season? And I don't like that Cupcake was making disrespectful comments to Erica too, because what has Erica ever done to Cupcake? Like, that's why I don't like Cupcake, because I feel like Cupcake just wants to fit in. Cupcake plays both sides and I don't like that shit. And then Teetee starts telling Erica to come downstairs, and it's like, girl, why do you always want to fight somebody every single episode? I feel like Teetee gets off on fighting people that don't want to fight. Like, she doesn't want to fight people that do want to fight her, but she wants to fight people that don't want to fight her, because when Daisy was pressing her, she did not want to fight. She didn't jump up to swing right away like she would have done if it was Jaden or one of the other girls. So she just gets on my nerves. So Erica leaves. She looks pretty. She looks good. And then Natalie goes to the rest of the baddies and she lets them know that she has 3 Baddies chains to give away. She's giving away 2, and then the 2 girls that get the Baddies chain gets to decide who gets the 3rd one. So Natalie ends up giving the first Baddies chain to Daisy. Now, I do think that Daisy deserves a chain because Daisy has been running that house. The girls act like they're scared of her. They are afraid of her. They let her tell them what to do. They follow whatever the hell Daisy says. Daisy ran the house. So even though I don't like Daisy, she definitely deserves a Baddies chain. Now, I don't know if she should have been the person to get the first one, but I definitely did know that she was going to get a chain. And then Bahati ends up getting the 2nd chain, which I agree with. I definitely do think that Bahati deserves her chain. She definitely earned it. She got in the paint, whether she won or lost. She ended up getting her hair ripped out of her head. She shaved her hair. I just feel like she did a good job this season. I feel like she's very likable. And Teetee gets so upset that she did not get the first Baddies chain. Like, she was so upset when that 2nd chain went to Bahati, and she was so upset that Daisy ended up getting the first chain. She said that she earned the first chain, that she's been doing her job right, that she's been putting in the work. And I'm thinking to myself, what work have you been putting in besides bullying and fighting girls that don't want to fight you? Like, to me, that's not putting in work. Like, it made her very unlikable. Like, I do feel like she'll end up getting a chain at some point because she did stand out this season, but she's not a likable person, so I don't understand why she feels like she deserved the first chain. Like, Daisy has been running the house, including Teetee, so I don't understand why she thinks she deserved the first chain. And Coco was really blowing me because she got in her confessional and was so confused as to why she didn't get a Baddies chain, and I'm like, what exactly did Coco do to deserve a Baddies chain but get her eye blacked up by Daisy and then sit there and allow her to get away with it? And then she went after Bahati and Jaden but didn't go after Daisy, who blacked her eye, so that was confusing to me. Then Teetee gets in her confessional and she starts shitting on Bahati, saying that Bahati shouldn't have gotten a Baddies chain before her because Bahati got humiliated on national TV. And I'm like, I don't understand why she's saying that Bahati got humiliated. Bahati getting her hair ripped out on national TV and then having to shave her head doesn't make her look bad. It makes the person who ripped her hair out of her head and made her have to shave it look bad. So I don't understand why she's making that seem like that's something that Bahati needs to be ashamed of. Teetee starts crying, being dramatic. Natalie has to hug her multiple times, and I can understand that she wants to get her family out of the situation that they're in. That's completely understandable, but crying and throwing a hissy fit and locking yourself in a room because she runs up the stairs and locks herself in the room when she doesn't get the 2nd Baddies chain is just doing too much, in my opinion. Like, I just feel like it's weird that she's shitting on 2 other girls' moments. Like, let them have their moments that they got their Baddies chain and you'll get yours at some point. There's one more chain that needs to be given out, and Natalie tells Bahati and Daisy that they'll have to figure it out in the next episode when they all go to dinner together. And honestly, I feel like Shay should get the 3rd, Baddies chain. I just feel like she deserves it. I feel like she's earned it. I feel like she's been fighting since the very first episode. The girls kept picking at her, jumping her and everything, and she still stood on her own. And now she has a whole cast over her arm and her hand. I feel like she earned her Baddies chain, and I don't like that Natalie kind of pinpointed her during this house meeting and asked her why she was sitting there quiet, and that even though she has a cast on, she can still be involved in the conversation. It's like, girl, what is she supposed to say? She's sitting there watching other people get their Baddies chain, and she has a damn cast on her arm in a house full of girls that just jumped her the night before. So it's like, what is she supposed to do? Be jumping up and down, smiling, happy? So I really didn't like that part of this episode, but I will say I definitely do feel like Shay should get the 3rd Baddies chain. But those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Baddies Gone Wild. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.